Good morning, afternoon, evening. Everyone, have you ever felt stuck like there's a wall between you and your dreams? That invisible barrier isn't built by the world around you, it's often built by your own doubts, fears and limiting beliefs. But the good news is limits can understanding limitations and how they hold you back be broken today. I want to share with you how to shatter those limits and unleash your true potential. The first and most crucial step in breaking your limitations is to the power of self-discipline and consistency. Identify the beliefs that are holding you back. These are the invisible mental barriers that shape your actions, decisions, and ultimately your destiny. Most of us grow up with certain beliefs instilled in us by our families, society, why you must step out of your comfort zone experiences, and even our failures. Some of these beliefs empower us, but many limit us without us even realizing it. They whisper in our mind, taking smart risks and embracing failure as growth, telling us, I'm not smart enough, I don't have the right resources, I'm too old or too young to succeed. People like me don't achieve great things. What if I fail and everyone laughs at me? These thoughts act like invisible chains, practical steps to unlock your true potential, restricting what we even attempt. And the worst part, most of them aren't based on reality. They are just fears, past failure, or things we were conditioned to believe. The good news is limiting beliefs can be rewritten. How you identify your final motivation. The only limits are the ones you refuse to break. Limiting beliefs. Start by asking yourself, what are the thoughts or fears that stop me from taking action? Think of a goal you have but haven't pursued. Why? Subscribe for more and join the journey. Haven't you started? Be honest with yourself. Is it because of time, money, skills, or something deeper, like self-doubt? One powerful technique is to write down all the reasons you think you can't achieve something. Then look at each reason and challenge it. Is this really true? Has anyone else in my situation succeeded? What would happen if I chose to believe the opposite? Examples of how people break limiting beliefs. Take Thomas Edison, for example. He failed thousands of times before successfully inventing the light bulb. What if he had believed he wasn't smart enough to be an inventor? Or Oprah Winfrey, who was told early in her career that she wasn't fit for television. If she had accepted that belief, she wouldn't have become one of the most influential media personalities in the world. Rewriting your limiting beliefs. Once you identify a limit belief, replace it with an empowering belief. Instead of saying, I'm not good at this, say, I may not be good yet, but I can learn. I don't have the resources, say, I will find a way, I've never done this before. Say, this is an opportunity to grow your belief, shape your reality. If you want to unleash your true potential, start by breaking the mental limits you've placed on yourself. Once you do that, a whole new world of possibilities opens up. Your mindset is the foundation of everything you achieve or fail to achieve in life. It is the lens through which you see the world, the filter that determines whether you rise above challenges or surrender to them. If you want to break your limitations and unleash your true potential, the first and most important transformation must happen in your mind. Many people believe that talent, intelligence, or luck determines success, but the real secret is mindset. Psychologist Carol Dweck introduced the concept of fixed mindset. While others remain stuck, fixed mindset versus thrive. While others remain stuck, fixed mindset versus growth mindset. A fixed mindset believes I was born with certain abilities, and I can't change them. If I fail, it means I'm not good enough. Effort is pointless. If I don't succeed quickly, other people are just naturally better than me. On the other hand, a growth mindset believes I can improve through practice and learning. Failure is not a sign to quit, it's a lesson to grow. Effort is the key to mastery. I may not know how to do this yet, but I can learn. The difference between these two mindsets is the difference between being stuck and unlocking your true potential. Every successful person, from athletes to entrepreneurs, has cultivated a growth mindset. Reprogramming your mindset for success, to shift from a limiting mindset to a powerful limitless one. Follow these steps. Reframe negative thoughts. Your mind constantly creates stories based on past experiences, fears, and self-doubt. If you tell yourself, can't do this, your brain will believe it instead. Start questioning your thoughts. For example, replace, I'm not good at public speaking. I can become a better speaker with practice. I always fail. Every failure is a lesson that makes me stronger. Your brain will believe whatever you repeat, often enough so. Choose empowering thoughts to embrace challenges instead of avoiding them. People with a fixed mindset avoid challenges because they fear failure. But if you see challenges as opportunities to grow, your confidence will soar. The next time you face a difficulty, lean into it instead of running away. Ask yourself, what can I learn from this? How will overcoming this make me stronger? What skills can I develop through this challenge? Growth happens outside of comfort zone. So train yourself to welcome discomfort. 3. Focus on effort, not just results. Many people quit too soon because they don't see instant results. But every great achievement is built on consistent effort. Instead of obsessing over how far you have to go, celebrate every small win. For example, if you're learning a new skill, track your progress rather than comparing yourself to experts. If you're starting a business, focus on daily improvement rather than overnight success. If you're trying to get in shape, reward yourself for showing up, not just for reaching your goal. A growth mindset recognizes that effort compounds over time. Stay patient, stay committed, and results will follow. 4. Surround yourself you're with growth-oriented people. Your mindset is shaped by the people you spend the most time with. If you constantly hear negativity, self-doubt and complaints, you will absorb those attitudes. But if you surround yourself with ambitious growth, focused individuals, their mindset will influence you too. Find mentors, friends and role models who challenge you to think bigger and push past limitations. If you don't have those people around you, yet start reading books, watching inspiring talks, or joining communities where growth is the norm. The power of changing your mindset. The moment you shift your mindset, everything else starts to change. Your confidence grows, your actions become bolder, and suddenly what once seemed impossible becomes achievable. Your mindset is your most powerful tool. If you master it, you master your future. Your comfort zone is like a warm, familiar room. It feels safe, predictable, and free from risk. But here's the truth. Nothing great ever happens. Their growth, success, and transformation all happen outside of your comfort zone. If you want to break your limitations and unlock your true potential, you must be willing to step into the unknown. The problem is most people fear discomfort. They hesitate, overthink, and avoid situations that make them uneasy. But discomfort is not a sign to stop. It's a signal that you are growing. Why do we fear leaving our comfort zone? Your brain is wired for survival, not success. It wants to keep you safe. So it naturally resists anything unfamiliar. This is why you feel nervous before speaking in public, hesitant before trying something new, or anxious when stepping into a challenging situation. But here's the secret. Fear and growth go hand in hand. If something scares you, it's often a sign that you are about to level up. The most successful people in the world feel fear just like everyone else. The difference is they don't let it stop them. The dangers of staying in your comfort zone. If you always choose comfort over challenge, you might not notice the damage right away. But over time, this mindset creates stagnation. You stop learning and growing, regret. You wonder what could have been if you had taken that leap. Lost opportunities. You miss out on career advancements, personal growth, and life-changing experiences. Lower confidence. Avoiding challenges weakens your belief in yourself. The more you stay comfortable, the harder it becomes to break free. The key to unlocking your potential is learning to embrace discomfort, how to step outside your comfort zone. 1. Start with small acts of discomfort. You don't have to make a giant leap right away. Start by doing small things that push your boundaries. Speak up in a meeting. Introduce yourself to someone new. Try a new hobby or skill. Take a different route home.
Say yes to an opportunity that scares you. Each small step builds your confidence, making it easier to take bigger risks. 2. Reframe fear as a growth signal. Instead of seeing fear as a warning to stop, start seeing it as a sign of progress. When you feel nervous about trying something new, tell yourself, this means I'm growing. If I'm uncomfortable, I'm expanding my potential. Every challenge is making me stronger. This simple mindset shift makes it easier to take action, even when fear is present. 3. Challenge yourself every day. Growth is a habit. The more you push yourself, the more natural it becomes. Commit to doing at least one thing every day that makes you uncomfortable. Over time, your comfort zone will expand, and things that once seemed impossible will become easy. For example, if you fear public speaking, start by talking in front of small groups. If you struggle with confidence, practice speaking with authority in everyday conversations. If you want to be more disciplined, start with small daily habits and build from there. Every challenge you conquer prepares you for
the next level of success. Or learn from those who have stepped out before you. Success leaves clues. To study people who have broken their own limitations, read their stories, watch their interviews, and learn how they embraced discomfort. Most successful people were not born fearless. They trained themselves to step into fear and uncertainty. 5. Stop waiting for the perfect moment. Many people delay action because they're waiting for the right time. But the truth is, there is no perfect time, only now. If you wait until you feel 100% ready, you will wait forever. The best way to prepare is to take action before you feel ready. The more you step out, the more you grow. The first time you step out of your comfort zone, it will feel scary. But with each step, your confidence will grow over time. The things that once terrified you will become normal, and your new comfort zone will be at a level you never thought possible. The greatest achievements in life come from pushing beyond limits. The question is, are you willing to step forward? Dreaming big is important. Having a vision for your life is powerful. But without consistent action, even the best ideas remain just that, ideas. The difference between those who succeed and those who stay stuck is simple. Successful people take action, and they do it consistently. Many people believe they need motivation to start taking action. They wait for the right moment or for inspiration to strike. But here is the truth. Motivation is unreliable, comes and goes. The key to success is discipline, showing up and taking action, even when you don't feel like it. Why? Consistency matters more than talent or luck. You don't need to be the SMSest, the most talented, or the luckiest person to succeed. But you must be the one who keeps showing up, putting in the effort, and refusing to quit. Let's take two people. Person who works hard one day then takes a long break. When motivation returns, they work hard again, but inconsistently. Person B takes small steps every day, never missing a day. Who will succeed in the long run? Person B. Success is built through daily habits and repeated effort, not through occasional burst of energy. The compound effect of small consistent actions. In his book, The Compound Effect, Darren Hardy explains how small daily actions lead to massive results over time. A single action might not seem like much today, but repeated daily creates a compounding effect that leads to breakthroughs. For example, reading 10 pages a day doesn't seem like much, but in a year, you'll have read over 3,600 pages, about 12 books. Exercising 30 minutes a day might feel small, but over time it transforms your health and energy levels. Practicing a skill for 15 minutes daily adds up to nearly 100 hours per year, making you significantly better than when you started. Small actions may feel insignificant in the moment, but over time they build unstoppable momentum. How to take consistent action, even when you don't feel like it. Set clear, achievable goals. Before taking action, you need to know what you're working toward. Set goals that are specific, not just a, I want to get better.
but I want to improve my public speaking by practicing 10 minutes daily measurable. So you can track progress, realistic, but doable. A vague goal like I want to be successful won't drive action. A clear goal like I will earn $5,000 in extra income by freelancing 5 hours a week creates direction and focus. To break goals into small daily steps. Big goals can feel overwhelming. That's why breaking them down into smaller actionable steps makes them easier to tackle. For example, instead of writing a whole book at once, commit to writing 500 words per day. Instead of starting a new business overnight, begin by researching for 30 minutes daily instead of running 10 miles immediately. Start by jogging half a mile each day and build up small steps. Make it easier to stay consistent and prevent procrastination. 3. Develop a daily routine. Action becomes effortless when it's built into a habit. Create a structured daily routine that includes time for your goals. This removes the need to constantly make decisions about when and how to act. For example, if you want to get fit, schedule your workouts at the same time every day. If you want to learn a skill, dedicate a fixed time daily to practice. If you want to build a business, wake up earlier and use that time to work on it. When actions become part of your routine, they require less willpower. You just do them automatically. 4. Stop waiting for motivation. Use discipline. Instead, many people make the mistake of thinking they need to feel motivated before they take action. But successful people know that discipline is what drives real progress. Think of it like brushing your teeth. You don't wait to feel motivated to do it. You just do it because it's part of your routine. Treat your goals the same way. Action creates motivation, not the other way around. Once you start, momentum kicks in, and motivation follows. The hardest part is simply getting started. When you feel resistance, commit to just 5 minutes of action. Often you will end up doing much more. 5 tr. Track your progress and stay accountable. When you track your progress, you stay motivated to keep going. Some ways to do this include keeping a journal to record daily progress, using habit tracking apps to
stay consistent, finding an accountability partner to check in with regularly, seeing how far you've come builds confidence and makes it easier to keep going. 6. Be patient and trust the process. Many people give up too soon because they don't see instant results, but success is a long-term game. If you stay consistent, you will see results even if progress feels slow at first. Think of bamboo, it stays underground for years before suddenly growing 90 feet in 6 weeks. Your efforts might feel invisible now, but one day they will explode into visible success. The power of taking action every day. No matter how big your dreams are, nothing will change unless you take consistent action. The secret to success isn't luck or talent, it's the daily discipline of showing up, putting in the work, and refusing to quit. Small action, repeated over time, create unstoppable momentum. If success were easy, everyone would achieve it. But the reality is most people struggle because they lack one crucial trait: self-discipline, the ability to control your impulses. Stay focused and do what needs to be done, even when you don't feel like it. Is what separates those who reach their full potential from those who remain stuck. Self-discipline is not about being perfect or having superhuman willpower. It's about training your mind and body to follow through on your commitments, even when distractions, laziness or doubt try to pull you away. If you can master self-discipline, you can master anything. Why is self-discipline so important? Without self-discipline, dreams remain unfulfilled, goals remain unfinished, and potential remains untapped. Here's why it's so powerful. It helps you stay consistent. You don't rely on motivation, which fades, but instead you take action daily. It builds mental toughness. You become resilient in the face of challenges. It eliminates procrastination. You stop delaying tasks and start getting things done. It increases confidence. The more disciplined you become, the more you trust yourself to succeed. The biggest myth about self-discipline. Many people believe self-discipline is about forcing yourself to suffer or living a strict, joyless life. That's completely false. True self-discipline is about making small intentional choices that align with your goals, creating an environment that makes success easier, building habits that support long-term growth, learning how to control impulses, and focus on what truly matters. It's not about being perfect every day. It's about choosing progress, rest over excuses, how to develop unbreakable self-discipline. 1. Set clear, non-negotiable goals. Self-discipline starts with clarity. If you don't know exactly what you want, it's easy to get distracted. Define your goals in specific terms. Instead of saying, I want to be healthier, say, I will exercise for 30 minutes every day. Instead of saying, I want to read more, say, I will read 10 pages before bed each night. When your goals are clear, your actions become purposeful and disciplined. 2. Remove temptations and distraction. Self-discipline isn't just about willpower. It's about creating an environment that sets you up for want to stop wasting time on social media. Delete the apps or set time limits. Want to eat healthier? Remove junk food from your home. Want to wake up earlier? Put your alarm clock across the room by making distractions less accessible. You make discipline easier. 3. Master the art of delayed gratification. One of the biggest obstacles to self-discipline is instant gratification, the desire for immediate pleasure. Instead of long-term rewards, for example, watching Netflix now feels better than working out. Scrolling on your phone now feels better than studying, sleeping in. Now feels better than waking up early to work on your goals. But successful people understand that short-term sacrifices lead to long-term rewards. Instead of asking what feels good right now, start asking what will benefit me the most in the future. To train yourself in delayed gratification, use the 10-minute rule. When tempted to quit, commit to doing the task for just 10 minutes. Often, once you start, you'll keep going. Reward yourself later. Work hard first, then give yourself a reward, not the other way around. Visualize the long-term benefit. Imagine how much better you will feel when you achieve your goal. 4. Create and follow a daily routine. Self-discipline thrives on structure and routine. When you have a daily plan, you don't have to rely on willpower to make decisions. You just follow the schedule. Wake up and sleep at the same time every day. This builds discipline and consistency. Plan your day the night before. Know exactly what tasks you need to accomplish. Schedule deep work sessions. Block out uninterrupted time for important tasks. Prioritize your most important goal. Tackle it first thing in the morning. By following a routine, discipline becomes a natural part of your day instead of a struggle. 5. Hold yourself accountable. Discipline becomes stronger when you hold yourself accountable for your actions. You track your progress, keep a journal, or use a habit tracker to monitor your daily efforts. Set deadlines. Give yourself firm deadlines to complete tasks. Find an accountability partner. Share your goals with someone who will push you to stay on track. Review your progress weekly. Reflect on what's working and where you can improve. When you make yourself responsible for staying disciplined, you are more likely to follow through. 6. Learn to push through resistance. There will be days when you feel tired, unmotivated or distracted, but discipline is about taking action anyway. Use the 5-second rule. When you feel hesitation, count down from 5 and immediately start the task. Focus on starting, not finishing. Tell yourself, you just need to begin. Most of the time you'll keep going. Remind yourself why you started. Keep your long-term vision in mind when you feel like quitting. By training yourself to take action, even when you don't feel like it, you become unstoppable. 7. Forgive yourself and keep moving forward. Nobody is disciplined 100% of the time. There will be days when you slip up, procrastinate or fail to follow through. The key is to not let one bad day turn into a bad week or month. Instead of beating yourself up, Acknowledge the mistake, accept that you slipped, but don't dwell on it. Refocus immediately. Get back on track the next day. Don't wait for a perfect moment. Learn from the setback. Ask yourself what trigger this, how can I avoid it next time? Success isn't about being perfect. It's about showing up, learning from failures, and staying committed. Self-discipline is the bridge between goals and achievement at the end of the day. Talent and intelligence mean nothing. Without discipline, the world is full of people with potential who never reach success because they lack the ability to control their actions and stay consistent. But when you develop self-discipline, you gain a superpower, the ability to stay committed, push through difficulties, and turn your dreams into reality. Fear and self-doubt are two of the biggest obstacles that hold people back from reaching the true potential. They creep into our minds, whispering thoughts like, what if I fail? I'm not good enough. Other people are more talented than me. What if people judge me? These thoughts create mental barriers that prevent us from taking action. But here's the truth. Fear and self-doubt are illusion. They only have power over you if you let them. The most successful people in the world feel fear and doubt, just like everyone else. The difference is, they don't let it control them. If you want to break your limitations and unlock your true potential, you must learn how to face fear head on and silence self-doubt. Why do we experience fear and self-doubt? Fear and self-doubt are part of human nature. They come from deep within our minds, specifically from the amygdala, the part of the brain responsible for survival instincts. Thousands of years ago, fear helped humans avoid dangerous predators. But today, those same fear responses get triggered by things that aren't truly life-threatening, like public speaking, starting a business, or pursuing a dream. Self-doubt, on the other hand, comes from past experiences, societal expectations, and limiting beliefs. If you have ever been criticized, compared to others, or told you are not good enough, those words may have planted seeds of doubt in your mind. Over time, these thoughts can become deeply ingrained, making you hesitate and question yourself. The dangers of letting fear and self-doubt control you. When you allow fear and self-doubt to dictate your actions, you stay stuck in your comfort zone, never taking risks, miss out on opportunities because you're too afraid to try. Limit your growth by avoiding challenges, feel constant regret for not going after what you truly want. The longer you let fear and self-doubt control you, the harder it becomes to break free. But the good news is, you can train your mind to overcome them. How to conquer fear and silence self-doubt. 1. Change your perspective on fear. Most people see fear as a stop sign, something to avoid, but fear is actually a green light that signals growth. If something scares you, it usually means it's worth doing. Fear is proof you're stepping out of your comfort zone. Fear means you're about to grow. Fear is an invitation to level up instead of running from fear. Start asking yourself, what's the worst that could happen? Most of the time, the worst case scenario isn't that bad. What's the best that could happen? Often the potential reward far outweighs the risk. How will I feel if I don't try? Regret is often worse than failure. When you reframe fear as a signal for growth, it loses its power over you. To take action, in spite of fear, fear doesn't disappear by thinking about it. The only way to weaken fear is to take action, despite it. If you fear public speaking, force yourself to speak in front of small groups. If you fear failure, start small and build up your confidence. If you fear judgment, remind yourself that people's opinions don't define you. The more you face your fears, the weaker they become every time you take action. Despite fear, you prove to yourself that you're stronger than your doubts. 3. Stop comparing yourself to others. Self-doubt often comes from comparing your journey to someone else's. Social media makes this worse because we constantly see the highlights of other people's lives while only focusing on our struggle. Remember, you are on your own journey. Your progress isn't meant to look like anyone else's. Even the most successful people started as beginners. The people you admire once doubted themselves too. Comparison steals joy instead of measuring yourself against others. Measure your progress against who you were yesterday. 4. Replace negative self-talk with positive affirmations. The way you talk to yourself shapes your reality. If you constantly tell yourself, I can't do this, or I'm not good enough, your mind will believe it to overcome self-doubt. Start reprogramming your thoughts with empowering affirmation. I am capable of achieving great things. I am strong, resilient, and confident. I have everything I need to succeed. I deserve success and happiness. Say these affirmations daily. Over time, they will replace self-doubt with unshakable confidence. 5. Visualize your success. Your mind is a powerful tool. When you visualize success, your brain starts believing it's possible. Elite athletes use visualization to mentally rehearse winning before they even step onto the field. You can do the same. Close your eyes and picture yourself achieving your goal. Feel the emotions of success, excitement, pride, happiness. See yourself overcoming obstacles and staying strong. The more you visualize success, the more natural it feels, and the less power fear and doubt will have over you. 6. Surround yourself with supportive people. Fear and self-doubt thrive in isolation. When you surround yourself with positive, ambitious people, their belief in you helps silence your inner critic. Find mentors who have already done what you want to do. Join groups or communities that support personal growth. Limit time with negative people who fuel your self-doubt. Being around the right people boosts your confidence and pushes you to keep going. 7. Keep a fear with journal. One way to weaken fear and self-doubt is to write them down. When you put your fears on paper, they seem less overwhelming. Write down what you're afraid of. Write down why you feel that way. Challenge those fears. Are they rational? Write down an action step to face that fear. Journaling helps you process emotions, recognize patterns, and develop strategies to overcome fear. Fear and self-doubt will always be there, but they don't have to control you. You may never fully eliminate fear and self-doubt, but you can learn to control them. The key is to take action, shift your mindset, and remind yourself that you are capable of more than you think. When you stop letting fear dictate your choices, you unlock a world of possibilities, growth, and success. One of the most powerful ways to break limitations and unleash your true potential is by developing a growth mindset. This concept, introduced by psychologist Carol D., is the belief that abilities, intelligence, and talents can be developed through effort, learning, and perseverance. In contrast, a fixed mindset believes that abilities are static and cannot change. If you have a growth mindset, you see challenges as opportunities to improve rather than as threats. You understand that failures are not proof of incompetence, but rather stepping stones toward mastery. This mindset shift is what separates those who achieve great things from those who stay stuck in mediocrity. Why is a growth mindset so important? The way you think about your abilities directly impacts your success. If you believe that your intelligent talents or skills are limited and unchangeable, you won't push yourself to grow. You will avoid challenges, fear, failure. Stay within the comfort zone, where everything feels safe, but stagnant. On the other hand, when you adopt a growth mindset, you begin to see yourself as a work in progress. You recognize that every skill can be developed, every failure is a lesson, and every challenge is a chance to become better people. With a growth mindset, achieve more, because they keep learning, improving, and refusing to accept limitations. The difference between a fixed and growth mindset. Fixed mindset. Growth mindset. I'm just not good at this. I can get better with practice. I fail, so I'm a failure. Failure is part of learning. I'm either smart or I'm not. Intelligence can grow with effort. This is too hard. I'll never succeed. This is difficult, but I'll improve. I give up when things get tough. I keep going and find new ways to succeed. By shifting from a fixed mindset to a growth mindset, you remove the mental barriers that hold you back and unlock your ability to achieve more than you ever thought possible. How to develop a growth mindset. 1. Reframe challenges as opportunities. One of the first steps to cultivating a growth mindset is to change how you view challenges. Many people see difficulties as roadblocks.
But in reality, there are opportunities to become stronger and smarter. When something is hard, instead of saying, I can't do this yet, if you struggle with the skill, remind yourself that struggle is a sign of growth. Embrace discomfort. It means you're expanding your abilities. The more you reframe difficulties as opportunities, the more motivated you'll be to push through them, to learn from failure instead of
fearing it. Or if people with a fixed mindset fear failure because they see it as a reflection of their worth, but those with a growth mindset understand that failure is simply feedback, a way to learn, adjust, and come back stronger. Instead of saying, I failed, say, what can I learn from this? Instead of giving up, analyze what went wrong and how to improve. Remember, every successful person has failed. Many times the difference is they didn't stop trying. The moment you start seeing failure as part of the journey, you free yourself from fear and unlock your true potential. 3. Embrace effort and hard work. Fixed mindset sees effort as a waste of time. It assumes that people are either naturally talented or they aren't the growth mindset. However, values effort are the key to improvement. Hard work leads to mastery. The more time you invest in something, the better you become. Persistence beats talent. Many successful people weren't the most gifted, they just kept going when others quit. Consistency is key. Instead of looking for overnight success, focus on small daily improvements. The most successful people in the world, athletes, entrepreneurs, musicians, became great because they embraced effort, not because they were born talented. 4. Replace negative self-talk with growth-focused language. Your mind is shaped by the words you tell yourself. If you constantly say, I'm bad at this or I'll never get better, you reinforce a fixed mindset. To cultivate a growth mindset, change the way you speak to yourself. Instead of, I'm not good at this, say, I'm learning how to do this. Instead of, I'm not smart enough, say, I can improve through effort. Instead of, this is too hard, say, this is challenging, but I can figure it out. By replacing negative self-talk with positive growth-oriented thoughts, you rewire your brain to believe in your potential. 5. Seek out learning and feedback. People with a fixed mindset resist feedback because they see it as criticism. But those with a growth mindset seek feedback as a tool for improvement. Surround yourself with people who challenge you to grow. Ask for feedback from mentors, teachers, or experts. Be open to constructive criticism. It helps you get better. The more you embrace learning and feedback, the faster you'll improve. 6. Celebrate progress, not just results, but real growth happens in small daily improvements. Track your progress. Keep a journal or list of things you're improving. Celebrate small wins. Every step forward is an achievement. Focus on growth, not perfection. Progress matters more than being perfect. When you start celebrating progress, you stay motivated and inspired to keep going. 7. Surround yourself with growth minded people. Your mindset is heavily influenced by the people around you. If you spend time with negative fixed mindset individuals, their beliefs will rub off on you. But if you surround yourself with growth oriented people, their ambition and mindset will inspire you. Find mentors who encourage growth. Learn from people who push themselves to improve. Join communities that value learning and progress. Being around others who embrace growth will motivate you. Limit time with negative influences. Avoid people who discourage you from improving. The more you immerse yourself in a growth focused environment, the easier it becomes to maintain a growth mindset. A growth mindset is the key to unlocking your potential. Your potential is not fixed. Fixed, your intelligence, skills, and talents are not set in stone. You have the ability to grow, improve, and become more than you ever imagined. The only thing standing in your way, your belief in what's possible. When you develop a growth mindset, you break free from self-imposed limitations. You start seeing challenges as opportunities, failures
as lessons, and hard work as the pathway to success. Your potential is limitless. You just have to believe it and take action. If you want to break through limitations and unleash your true potential, self discipline and consistency are non negotiable. Talent, intelligence, and motivation might give you a head start, but it's self discipline that determines how far you go. Many people have big dreams, but only a few achieve them. Why? Because success isn't about how excited or motivated you are in the beginning. It's about how committed and consistent you remain, even when motivation fades. Self discipline is the ability to do what needs to be done, even when you don't feel like doing it. Consistency is the act of showing up and putting in the work day after day, no matter what. Together, they create the unstoppable force that pushes you past obstacles, helps you develop skills, and transforms your potential into reality. Why are self discipline and consistency so important?
Think about the most successful people in the world, athletes. They didn't reach their level of mastery overnight. They got there because they committed to showing up every single day, even when they didn't feel like it. A writer doesn't finish a book by writing when they feel inspired. They write every day, even when it's hard. A musician doesn't become great by practicing when they are in the mood. They play their instrument daily, even when they don't want to. A successful business owner doesn't build an empire by working only when they're excited. They show up, put in the effort, and stay consistent. No matter how talented or intelligent you are, if you lack self-discipline and consistency, you will never reach your full potential. The myths about motivation and talent. Many people believe that success is about having a natural gift or feeling motivated all the time. This is one of the biggest misconceptions. Motivation is temporary, it comes and goes. If you only act when you feel motivated, you'll never achieve long-term success. Talent without discipline is wasted potential. Even the most gifted individuals fail. If they lack consistency, hard work beats talent. When talent doesn't work hard, success is built on small daily action. The people who achieve their goals are those who show up every day, not just on the days they feel inspired. This is why self-discipline is more important than motivation, because discipline keeps you moving forward. When motivation disappears, how to develop self-discipline and consistency? One, set clear, achievable goals. Discipline starts with clarity. If you don't have a clear goal, it's easy to lose focus and give up. Define exactly what you want to achieve. The more specific your goal, the better. Instead of saying, I want to get fit, say, I will work out for 30 minutes 5 times a week. Break big goals into smaller steps. If your goal feels overwhelming, divide it into smaller, actionable steps. This makes it easier to stay consistent. Set deadlines. Deadlines create urgency and help you stay on track. Without them, it's easy to procrastinate. To create a daily routine and stick to it. One of the best ways to build self-discipline is by creating a daily routine that reinforces good habits. Decide when and where you'll do the work. Don't leave it up to chance. If you want to work out, set a fixed time and place. If you want to write, block out time. Every day remove decision fatigue. The more decisions you have to make, the easier it is to give in to distractions. Automate your schedule so that taking action becomes a habit. Make discipline a lifestyle, not a one-time effort. Successful people don't rely on willpower. They build habits that make self-discipline automatic. 3. Eliminate distractions and temptations. One of the biggest challenges to self-discipline is distraction in a world filled with social media entertainment and instant gratification. Staying focused is harder than ever. Identify your biggest distractions. Is it your phone, TV, video games? Whatever it is, find ways to reduce or eliminate it. Use tools to stay focused. Apps like Freedom, Cold Turkey, or Pomodoro timers can help you stay on task. Create an environment that supports discipline. If you want to work productively, set up a clutter-free workspace. If you want to eat healthier, remove junk food from your house. 4. Develop mental toughness.
Self-discipline isn't just about taking action. It's about training your mind to push through discomfort. Expect obstacles. There will be days when you don't feel like doing the work. Prepare for them in advance. Train your willpower. Start with small acts of discipline, like waking up at the same time every day or committing to a daily habit. Remind yourself why you started. When you feel like quitting, reconnect with your why, the deep reason you set this goal in the first place. 5TR back your progress and hold yourself accountable. What gets measured gets improved. If you want to stay consistent, you need a system to track your progress and hold yourself accountable. Keep a journal or progress tracker, write down what you did each day. Seeing your streak grow will keep you motivated. Use the never skip twice rule. If you miss one day, make sure you don't miss two in a row. Missing one day is a slip up. Missing two is the start of a bad habit. Find an accountability partner. Having someone who checks in on you can keep you disciplined. 6. Reward yourself for
Saying consistent self-discipline doesn't mean you can't enjoy the process. In fact, rewarding yourself can help reinforce good habits, set milestones, and celebrate small wins. Every step forward is progress, and you should acknowledge it. Use rewards as motivation. Tell yourself, if I finish my work, I'll allow myself 30 minutes of relaxation. Associate discipline with positive feelings. The more you enjoy the journey, the easier it is to stay consistent. The power of compounding. Why small efforts lead to big results. One of the greatest lessons of self-discipline and consistency is the power of compounding. Small daily actions add up over time and lead to massive transformations. Reading 10 pages a day doesn't seem like much, but in a year you'll have read over 3,600 pages, about 15 books. Exercising for 30 minutes a day may not show immediate results, but over months and years it will transform your health. Practicing a skill for just 1 hour a day makes you 36 5 hours better in a year. Most people give up because they don't see instant results. But success isn't about giant leaps, it's about consistent, small actions that build momentum over time. The sooner you embrace self-discipline and consistency, the sooner you break free from limitations and start unlocking your full potential. If you want to break your limitation and unleash your true potential, you must be willing to step outside your comfort zone and take risks. Growth doesn't happen in a place of familiarity and safety. It happens when you challenge yourself, push past fear, and embrace the unknown. Many people stay stuck because they are afraid to fail, make mistakes, or face discomfort. But the truth is, every great achievement, every breakthrough, and every moment of personal transformation happens when you dare to go beyond what feels comfortable. What is the comfort zone, and why is it dangerous? The comfort zone is the mental and emotional space where things feel easy, predictable, and safe. It's where you operate on autopilot, avoiding risks and challenges because they bring discomfort. While this might sound like a good thing, staying in your comfort zone for too long can limit your growth potential and success. Inside the comfort zone. You avoid failure, stay safe, and experience little stress. But you also experience no growth outside the comfort zone. You face challenges, embrace uncertainty, and sometimes struggle. But this is where growth happens. Many people get trapped in their comfort zones because they fear change. They wait for the perfect time to start something new or convince themselves they aren't ready. But the reality is, there is never a perfect time. Growth begins the moment you decide to step beyond what feels safe. Why taking risks is essential for growth. Taking risks doesn't mean acting recklessly. It means having the courage to pursue opportunities, even when the outcome is uncertain. The most successful and fulfilled people in the world didn't play it safe. They took bold steps, despite fear and uncertainty. Entrepreneurs take risks by starting businesses, even when success isn't guaranteed. Athletes take risks by pushing their limits in training and competition. Artists take risks by sharing their work with the world, even if it might be criticized. If you never take risks, you never give yourself the chance to grow, learn, and achieve more than you thought possible.
how to step out of your comfort zone and take more risks. 1. Reframe fear as a sign of growth. Fear is not a sign that you should stop. It's a sign that you are on the verge of growth. Instead of letting fear paralyze you, learn to embrace it as part of the journey. If something scares you, ask yourself, am I afraid because this is dangerous? Or am I afraid because this is new? Remind yourself that every successful person once felt the same fear you feel now, but they moved forward. Anyway, understand that fear fades the more you take action. What once seemed terrifying becomes normal over time. 2. Start small and gradually expand your comfort zone. You don't have to make giant leaps. At once, start with small, manageable steps that push you just beyond your current limits. If you fear public speaking, start by speaking up in small group discussions before addressing a larger audience. If you want to start a business but feel overwhelmed, begin with a small side project rather than quitting your job immediately. If you want to get in shape but are intimidated by the gym, start with short home workouts and gradually build up. Every small step outside your comfort zone makes the next step easier. Over time, what once felt impossible becomes your new normal. 3. Learn to embrace failure as part of the process. Many people avoid risks because they are afraid of failure. But failure is not the opposite of success. It is part of the journey to success. Every great innovator, athlete, and leader has failed multiple times before achieving greatness. Instead of fearing failure, ask yourself what you can learn from it. Understand that failing is proof that you are trying, and trying is the only way to improve. When you embrace failure as a learning experience, you stop avoiding risks and start growing from them. 4. Challenge yourself regularly. If you want to break free from limitations, make challenge a part of your daily life instead of
avoiding difficult situations. Seek them out, try something new every week, whether it's learning a new skill, taking on a tough project, or meeting new people. Set personal challenges, like waking up earlier, reading a book outside your usual interests, or exercising beyond your normal limits. Surround yourself with people who push you to do better. Being around ambitious, growth-minded individuals makes stepping out of your comfort zone easier. The more you actively seek challenges, the more confident and capable you become. 5. Accept that discomfort is temporary, but growth is permanent. When you step outside your comfort zone, you will experience discomfort, doubt, and fear. But these feelings don't last forever. What does last is the growth, knowledge, and confidence you gain from pushing through discomfort. The first time you try something new, it feels uncomfortable. The second time it feels slightly easier. By the 10th time it feels natural. Discomfort is a temporary bridge to something greater. The more you endure it, the stronger and more capable you become. 6. Take action before you feel ready. Most people wait for the perfect moment before taking action. They think, I'll start when I have more confidence, more knowledge, or when the timing is right. But the truth is, confidence doesn't come before action. It comes from taking action. You don't become confident in public speaking by waiting. You become confident by practicing it. You don't feel ready to start a new business until you actually start working on it. You don't feel comfortable in new situations until you expose yourself to them repeatedly. Waiting for the perfect moment only keeps you stuck. The best way to grow is to start before you feel ready. The rewards of leaving your comfort zone. When you step outside your comfort zone and take risks, you unlock new opportunities, greater confidence, and a deeper sense of fulfillment. You become more adaptable and resilient. Challenges no longer intimidate you, they excite you. You discover new strengths and abilities. You realize you are capable of far more than you thought. You open the door to new possibilities. The risks you take lead to opportunities you never imagined. The moment you decide to stop letting fear control you and start taking bold steps forward, you break the limitations holding you back. Your true potential lies beyond your comfort zone. All you have to do is step out and claim it. Breaking your limitations and unleashing your true potential is not a one-time decision. It's a lifelong commitment to growth,
resilience, and self-belief. It requires you to challenge the doubts that hold you back. Embrace discomfort as a sign of progress and stay disciplined. Even when the journey gets tough, you have everything within you to achieve greatness. The only thing standing between you and the life you dream of is your willingness to take action. The world is full of people who settle for less because they fear failure, rejection, or uncertainty. But you are not one of them. You are capable of more than you realize. And the moment you decide to push beyond your comfort zone, you'll discover a version of yourself that is stronger, wiser, and more powerful than ever before. So take that first step, face your fears, silence your doubts, and commit to growth every single day. Success isn't about waiting for the perfect moment, it's about creating it. Your potential is limitless, but it's up to you to unleash it. Now go out there and become everything you were meant to be. The only limits that exist are the ones you refuse to break.